Hi everybody, Michelle Triolo here with Century 21 with your tip of the month. We are at the end of June. May kind of came and went. It was a crazy spring market, which is a good thing. So I didn't get a chance to put one out for May. So you've got an even better one for June this month. So today we're going to talk about some really great stuff. You're going to get introduced to Tashica Morgan of Tashica Morgan Design. Now, Tashica Morgan, also seen on HGTV's Design Star, is also a contributing writer for What's Up magazine. So I know you all love to get that magazine every month, so be sure to check out her articles there. She is really a one-stop shop for design. So she can do a variety of things. She's like a creative genius. And today I'm going to head over to a client's home of hers. We're going to kind of watch her in action, and she's going to transform a room from kind of bleak to fun and awesome. So it'll be really fun to watch, and she's going to give you some great tips as well. And what she does is, it's like I said, it's a variety of things. So she can do full-on interior design, revamping, renovation. She can do paint consultations for your home, so you could hire her to come in and do a whole entire paint scheme for the house. She can do organizational skills as well for you, so she's a full-service organizer. She can help you with staging, and she can also work with what you've got, so you don't have to go out and buy a ton of stuff. She can also help you with finishing touches, so maybe you've got most of it done in your house and you just need some help kind of with accessories, fixtures, that sort of thing. So she's really awesome, and I think you're going to really love what she has to say here. So, and at the bottom of the videos, I'll be sure to link up to her Facebook page and her Instagram accounts as well. So I hope you enjoy the video, and take care.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Tashica Morgan, aka Taco. I am actually an interior designer that comes from a long line of different design experiences, and I hope today I'll be able to provide you some of my tips from IKEA to Ethan Allen. Today we're going to try to hodgepodge it all together. Ready? Let's do this. Today we're coming from one of my clients' home. She just moved in, her and her family. 3 boys, and they're very active and they're having fun moving in, but they are having a big dilemma, and I believe this is a dilemma that buyers, sellers, renters, any type of person in their home alike have a challenge with, and it's the big empty wall. It's the wall of doom. A lot of people just don't know what to do with it, and sometimes it just gets lost and dies and goes to the, I don't know what they call that, the graveyard of dead walls. But today we're going to bring it back to life. We're going to bring one of these walls back to life, and I'm hoping that by what I show you today, you'll be able to bring your walls back to life at home. Okay, so I just put on my little tool belt here. You don't have to do this part, but there are some key tools that you will need today in order to make this wall beautiful. A couple things. You'll need a leveler, and maybe instead of a hammer, this is one of my little tips, my little secrets, especially if this is not permanent. Sellers, if you plan on selling your house and you don't want to put nails and you want to showcase the wall without it being permanent, my go-to, thumbtacks. Thumbtacks are great, especially if the things you're putting on the wall are lightweight, are able, forgiving, and of course they leave really tiny little holes in the walls, which ones that the owners, the buyers, people won't be offended by and they won't see. Very easy method to creating something really grand without any damage. So we're going to need the thumbtacks in this situation, leveler, like I said before, and finally, there was one other thing. No, let's start with this because I'm pretty simple with it. We can have a hammer at bay, yeah, we can, and we can have some nails at bay, sure, why not? But for the most part, these are my 2 go-to tricks. Okay, so with that, first thing I do is I'm going to collect and gather as many different types of things that can go on the wall. Anything that can hang, not just art, not just pictures, maybe a wall sconce, maybe a clock, maybe a leather, maybe a t-shirt, never know. So I'm just going to shop around in the clients in the homeowner's living room space. She put a bunch of stuff aside for me. So we're going to play along with that. Let's see. First of all, she already threw some baby pictures that she wants up. And I see a couple of photographs and some really cool frames. But I also see here, oh, look at this, a little candle sconce. I think that'll break up all the framing on the wall, so we're going to use that. Another great thing that I found was some really old and not so attractive artwork that no one really wants to use in the space anymore. This is from an old project or old design. So my trick here is that I plan to take all these out, and then we'll just go ahead and just use the actual frame, and we'll use the mat, and we'll make a pop on the wall there too. Run around to see what type of fun stuff they had that was laying around that wasn't being used, that could actually be really, really beautiful on the wall. And as you can see, I have a nice little collection here of just different types of medias, from actual family photos to kids' arts to plaques or words to some old frames that has some really, you know, not preference of artwork that they wanted to put up anymore. So I just tore out the old casing and kept the frames for it, because these are a really nice little focal piece that can be used as well. And then as you can see, I'm starting to start a color story here. Actually, this is a lid to a container that I thought would be really cool if we could put something in the middle here, but it pulls a little color story, as you can see again, that I plan to somehow create this one grand gallery. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to shuffle around the floor in the space of where the wall is, kind of scale it to where everything might be as if the wall was on the floor. That's the best way, in my opinion, to create the design without having to put it up and play with it and take it down. Not to mention, I know a lot of design suggestions have been to put faux paper or little templates up. That's fine, that works for you, but I usually cut that one step out because it kind of takes a little bit more time, where you can just play with the actual pieces and you can really see it, which is really helpful, because it's the difference between a template on the wall and this on the wall, right? Right. So here we go. And I really love that the homeowner, she took some old maps from a rest stop. How about that? Free picture, free art right there for you. So this is a map of Maryland, which makes it really personable, of course. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of these and place it this way, and you want some large scale. You definitely want some large scale pieces alongside with some small scale pieces, right? And then of course, again, like I said earlier, you don't want it to all be frames of art. Have a shelf maybe, and then we can put something cute on there. Have maybe a little iron sconce, something to change up the mixture, and a little filler that might have a dead space. And then of course, some little quirky stuff. You know, we'll just see how it comes. It's a playroom, it's playful. This is an opportunity where you can play around with the wall. And as you can see, all I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of jigsawing it, like Tetris, playing around with it. So this is a little top heavy, so we're gonna put our bigger piece at the bottom to give weight to the wall, okay? The space is a little limited, but that's okay. We'll work around that. And then, as you can see, there's something that needs to go there, right? I'm actually going to suggest putting that's where the pop be, and maybe put a little handprint to go with this handprint over here, or the letter of your family last name. In this case, if your last name is Smith, you can put a little S right on there. How fun would that be, right? We have some family photos here. So we have a vertical there. My trick is, if it's the same frame, you always want to make sure one is going one direction and the orientation of the other. You don't want to repeat it, otherwise you lose interest, as well as it just falls flat. Give a little bit more interest to the wall. And since this is horizontal this way, see, this is when it gets tricky. So because this is horizontal this way, I wouldn't want to put another horizontal side. I would want to break that up. So I'm just going to switch these two out. There we go. That's looking good. And then since this is on this side, we're gonna bring that same style over on the other side. So you're bringing some balance without it being so symmetrical, but at the same time, your eye will be optical illusion of where you feel like there's balance in the space and balance in the wall. So right now, we're looking really good with this. And then, let's see, let's put another empty frame. I'm liking, let's do this one here. And look at this, all of a sudden we have a whole wall right here on the floor, but I bet you can visually see how it's gonna look on the wall, right? And then we can put this little fun, I am a dream come true. How adorable is that? We can put that right up top, right? To kind of bring it up. Here's one more quick trick. when you're doing a gallery wall where you have frames all over, you're nicely trying to get them leveled and even, and all the lines are clean and straight, right? Then you start to hammer, and what happens when you hammer on a wall? You shake the wall, the frame starts to move. So to eliminate that, what I usually do if I have to hammer, because most times I do use my thumbtacks, but if I have to use a nail, I'll use a thumbtack to preset that hole. It will kind of warm it up for me. And in this situation here, this is where I'm going to put it. And if you're buff enough, or if the drywall is forgiving enough, you should be able to use that same hole and put that nail that you want to hammer instead. You should be able to just use your finger and push right through. And let's see if I can do it. Yep. And look at that. And you haven't shaken the wall, you haven't disturbed the other art, nothing's crashing or falling on you. And then you can put a nice little, and in this case, I am a dream come true, just for you. So this is what you get after you've looked around your house, worked with what you had, used some frames, used some chopsticks, some kids' art maybe, even maybe a little chalk. You never know what you can do and what you can provide and create on a wall that was once dead. Now look how much life it has. And this, of course, along with many other design ideas and tips I have. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you're welcome to, Tashica Morgan Designs. Also, you can Instagram me at That's So Taco. Either way, it was really fun. I really enjoyed this time. Stay tuned for another opportunity for more designs.